Dave listens to High Five. Dave listens to High Five.
Okay, so recently I received a bunch of records. They were given to me by someone I work with. Thank you so much, Anat. So these records were stored in cardboard boxes in a warehouse, and as you can see, there was some water damage to them. They were all dry by the time I got them, but they had been wet at some point. You could see they stuck together, a lot of them, and they tore when I pulled them apart. The covers also got pretty waterlogged. You can see when you pull them out, they're all ripply front and back. They're also stored on their face down, so the imprints, there was quite a bit of weight on each one, so they kind of got warpy, and they kind of got you can see the profile of the record through the sleeve there. So I'm going to try to clean them and try to salvage as many of these as I can. Now you can see it right there, the damage to it. The imprint, the way they were sitting on face down. You never store records. You always store them vertically. You don't store them flat down. So the way I clean them, this is pretty low tech and this is pretty old school stuff, but it seems to work for me. So I've got some spray here in an old lens cleaner bottle. That's mostly distilled water with some isopropyl alcohol and a tiny drop of detergent. I think it's Dove detergent. And this is my Audio Technica record brush. This is the Techniclean record brush I bought way back in the 80s, and it's like a velvet brush. So all the bristles kind of have a direction to them, and you follow the arrow and you just wipe it on the record. Normally what you're supposed to do, it originally came with some record cleaner solution that you drop in those little holes on the back. And then it would migrate its way through to the velvet surface. But I just like to spray it on the record itself, especially when they're really dirty like this. And there you pick up a lot of moisture and a lot of the dirt. And then I just use a microfiber cloth and I clean off the velvet like that. So give it a good wipe down, dry it off as much as I can. And then I'll go back and I will hit the record again. So you roll it kind of forward and you're just picking up all of the dirt in the velvet bristles. And I just kind of rock it back and forth a bit as well to make sure that I'm contacting the entire surface of the record. Now, just for demonstrations purposes here, I did it only 2 or 3 times, but usually I'm going to do it about, on records this dirty, I'm going to do it about 10 times on each side. I'll spray it once and then I'll just give it a whole bunch of wipe downs with the velvet brush. So, rotating it as I go and then kind of rocking it back and forth. So I'm hitting the whole surface from the center label right to the outside. And then it comes with that little brush, and that brush as well is used to brush off the drier stuff. So I'll use the microfiber cloth to clean off the wet, and then I'll use the brush to clean off the dry stuff that comes up. And you can see that it's quite a bit clear. There's a couple kind of scratches. Those are just stuff on the surface. This is the unclean side, so you can really see the difference, what it looks like before and after that wet cleaning. So here I'll hit the second side. Now the turntable I'm using is an old Kenwood. That's my brother's old Kenwood turntable. I've tried it. The motor's really noisy. The speed's not even. So I've got some work to do on it, but it does spin the records pretty strongly. So I use it for cleaning mostly. So here we go on the second side. Give it a spray and wipe it up with the velvet bristles on the Techniclean. And then, after the first wipe, I just dry it off with my microfiber cloth. I really like these microfiber cloths. I clean quite a bit of my equipment with those. And then I'll give it another brush and roll it forward and pick up as much dirt. Now it is still a belt drive turntable. It's not super strong, so you kind of have to balance how firm you push down on the record. But it takes a bit of a feel to do it. I'll grab my little brush. This is the brush that came with the Techniclean brush, and that's just used to wipe the dry stuff off the bristles. And I'll give it another wipe down. Yeah, like I said, normally on a really dirty record like this, I'm going to do it probably 8 to 10 times per side. give it a brush, and then clean off the bristles. And once that's done, I get to step 2 of the cleaning, which is the carbon fiber brushes. But let's see how it looks. Came out pretty good. And before I hit it with the other brushes, what I'd like to do is dry it completely. So I have a couple of these microfiber cloths, and I'll give it a good wipe down. Just grab a cloth on each hand and wipe it around. Make sure it's dried off as much as possible, because I don't want to really get any moisture into my other brushes. Okay, so with both sides done, you can see it's pretty clean. It looks pretty good. There's some surface marks. Those are kind of damage to the vinyl itself, but most of the dirt is off. So then I'll move it over onto my main turntable. And then this is the one where I'm going to start using these brushes. Now this is a fine bristle brush I got in Japan, and it's round and it's quite dense, quite stiff as well, but very, very, very fine bristles on that. I find that does great for kind of daily cleaning of my records. So I'll take this and I'll do a number of passes with that, and then I'll also use, here I'll put my record weight on just to hold the record a little bit more stable. I'll use my carbon fiber brush. This is an old one I got from a local audio store many years ago as well, even before they were using 10-digit phone numbers here. So you wipe it down, and then the little hinged cover there, you can flip it back and forth. It cleans the bristles. And so I'll give it a couple cleanings with that. Okay, let me drop the needle and see what we get. And so I kind of had to stop it there because I didn't want to get a copyright strike on my channel. But you can hear how quiet it was in the space between the two tracks. There are some ticks and pops you can hear when there's absolutely no music playing. But when the music's playing, for the most part, all of the records that I've cleaned that method from this batch so far, while playing the music, you almost hear nothing. And so I'm pretty satisfied with the outcome. It works well for me. This is basically the only way I really clean my records. When they're really dirty, I'll use the wet solution. Most of the time it's just the round brush or the carbon fiber brush to clean my records. So I give them a couple swipes before I play them, and that's pretty much all I do, and my records seem to be in pretty good condition. If you've tried some other methods, ultrasonic cleaners, vacuum cleaners, spin clean, whatever, let me know in the comments how it works out for you. I'm always curious to know what alternatives there are. This is the method that works for me, and I hope it's informative and helpful for you. Thank you for tuning in to Dave Listens to Hi-Fi. Please subscribe, like the video if you liked it, leave me a comment. I read and respond to all my comments, and thanks again for watching. Talk to you later.